We are still in the process of creating our first Maven project. Here it is asking for some information, that is group ID, artifact ID, version and package. This information we call it as a Maven Coordinates. Let's see what Maven Coordinates and how to use this information or how to provide this information. I just searched for Maven Coordinates. The first link is talking about POM references. Still, we haven't discussed about pom.xml file, but let's go and see what Maven Coordinates information is provided over here. And if you see Maven Coordinates, and if I click over here, just ignore about the POM for now, but we can see what is group ID. They are talking about group ID helps us to differentiate your project from the other projects. Okay, that is, this is generally unique amongst an organization or a project. It will be differ. Usually group ID is provided the company URL in the reverse format. So here you can see here org.apache.maven, which means that the reverse of the URL of this one. Okay, that is how usually we give the group ID, but it is not mandatory that we should provide our group ID like this. It can be without the URL of the company. Still, that can be possible. Next one is artifact ID. Artifact ID is like a name of your package. Once we have generated the artifact out of our code, then what is the name we should give? That is artifact ID. Artifact ID should be unique in your project. Okay, you should not use the same artifact ID. But group ID can be same in the all the projects which are developed by the same organization. Next, version. Whenever we are updating our code, keep on changing the versions, right? Whenever we release a new features, then we are going to use the latest version. So that is how the group ID, artifact ID and version works. And packaging is, so packaging nothing but it is usually structured like group ID colon artifact ID and version. By default it takes like that. So that is how we can define. So even if we go back to our Eclipse, here we need to provide our company name in the reverse format. I mean to say company website in the reverse format. I'm treating my company website name is democompany.com. That's the reason I have given this in the reverse format, that is com.democompany. Next, artifact ID, I'm going to give the demo project. Okay, we can name it as a anything or else first demo project. Okay, so this should be unique. In case if somebody is already used demo company and if they are using this name, I cannot able to create it. So it should be unique. That's the reason I'm using first demo project. Next thing is version. Usually version you can see without snapshot. Okay, but if we are using snapshot means it is not tested completely or it is not production ready application. So that is the indication it is going to give if we add the snapshot. If you don't need, you can delete it. So you can able to use without snapshot, which means that it is like a production ready. But in our case, I am not deleting, let it be the snapshot version. Now if you see the package name, by default it is taken as a com.democompany.firstdemo, and we can give the version as well at the end of this project, but let it be the group ID and artifact ID for now. So this is how we can provide the Maven coordinates information. And before moving to the next step, I'm going to show you some of the companies or organizations how they are using. I just searched for Maven repo for Spring Boot, and if you see Maven repositories, and if I click on this, and here these all are the packages or applications which are developed by Spring Boot organization, and they have given for these applications they have given a group ID called Spring Framework Boot. And if I take any application or package in this one, they will have the group ID as a common. Now let's go with the Spring Boot starter test. I'm just going inside this particular application or package having the multiple versions because they will be keep on introducing the new features. So let's go with the latest version which released on February 2021. And if I click on this one, you can see here there is a code. You can see Maven tab, and there is a code how you can use this particular package or application in your application. So we need to take the group ID, artifact ID and version. By using this information, we can call these packages or applications in our project. Okay, and if you observe the group ID, you can see here that is org.springframework.boot. Okay, this could be the URL of the company they have given in the reverse format. And artifact ID, they have named it as a Spring Boot starter test. Okay, same artifact ID they have given, and version, this is the version. Okay, that is how they are going to provide. And this group ID could be common for other packages as well. There is no change, but the artifact ID keep on changing. Now if I go with the another package, and here Spring Boot configuration processor or Spring Boot auto configure, and here also there is a version called 2.4.3, and here also group ID is same, and version ID they have released all together, they could be, and artifact ID has been changed. So if we wish to use this one, we need to use this information. We are going to talk about this code whenever we are discussing about pom.xml. Now go back over here. That is how we have provided. Even if I go back and while selecting other application or other artifacts in my application, you can see here this is the arg.apache.maven.archetype. This is the group ID they have given, artifact ID and version. So with this information, I could able to select it. Because it is the Eclipse, it automatically propagate. If you are using like a Linux, or if you want to update on your own, you should provide this information manually. Okay, that we are going to talk about in the later sessions. For now, anyway, we have selected this one. Go to the next. We have provided our Maven coordinates, our group ID, artifact ID, and version. And let's finish to create the project. This is how we can create a Maven project on Eclipse, or a developer can create a project. That's all for this lecture. In next lecture, we are going to see the directory structure, how it get created whenever we create a project by default. Thanks for watching and see you there.